Hi everyone. I thought I'd make a short video just to formally welcome you to the class. This is the first of 3 weekends you have to complete the coursework in GPH-205. This would be a really good weekend for you to make some headway on the coursework. Let me just give you a very brief introduction to what that coursework consists of. There are 4 modules in the course which I call units. Each of those units depends on reading from the textbook, The Story of Art, some associated readings from the workbook, and watching some videos. In those videos, I give you a lecture that recaps the reading material, and there may be some videos that add to what the workbook covers and the textbook covers, namely about Assyria, Persia, the ancient Roman Empire, and a couple of other things about the Middle Ages and technology later on. Since this course covers the technology of art creation, not so much art history, although you can't avoid that, but the technology, the standard art history textbooks don't really cover technology much. That's why the readings in the workbook are intended to give you that background and perspective. For each of those 4 units, you have 2 things to do. One of them is called a unit summary form, and on it you capture highlights of the purpose of art, the rules for its formation, the technology used, and the modern impact, if any, of the art of a given era or civilization. That USF is intended to be filled out by hand, so you take notes to gather up information from these various sources, but it's not submitted in handwritten form. You submit that by downloading the form and then using a word processor of your choice to insert the information into the USF. I want the electronic form in any word processor you choose to use. One word of warning: if you use the modern version of Apple's Pages word processor, don't send it to me as a Pages file. Send it to me as a PDF or a DOCX. That way I can open it up on my PC. The other item of work in the unit is a project, a hands-on project that's fully documented at the end of each unit in the workbook. So the way the course is organized, you do the readings and the viewings as the course web pages direct you. The web pages tell you what to read, what to view, and when. And they tell you when to do the work. Now, an important thing connected with the USFs is I've given you a review lecture on each USF, and that's down at the bottom of each unit web page. Where you download the form, there's also a link to that small lecture. It's maybe at most 20 minutes long, and it will really help you review the stuff that's supposed to get onto that USF. Now, the reason the USFs are very important is that you draw facts from them as you compose your reflective essay, which is really like a diary of your life lived through all these eras, but it focuses on 10 eras that the essay guide indicates to you. So think about the reflective essay as a take-home final that you do all during the term, but there is additional work for that essay called conclusions work. You don't write conclusions into the essay. Instead, I give you some statements of 10 days before the end of the term, and you have to use the facts from your essay to support or refute your determination as to the truth or falsity of the statements I give you. That's also part of your take-home final exam. If you have any questions about the course, please feel free to contact me. I'm generally close to the phone, close to the computer, especially during this intensive 3-week session. I make myself very available so that you don't get bogged down with questions that need answers before you can proceed. If you don't keep up with the work, however, in this very short term, you're going to probably reach a point of disaster. It's a very short term. I've reduced the work requirements. There are no online exercises in the intersession. That is the December intersession. So don't get bogged down thinking about exercise questions. They're in the workbook, but they're there so it's a resource I can draw on in a given term if I want to, if it makes sense. It doesn't make sense in the intersession. It's just too short. Once again, if you have questions or problems, please feel free to contact me. I'm here to help you get the best grade you possibly can, and that's exactly what I want to see you do. Bye-bye.